Welcome to Sports Chronicles, where legends are remembered, underdogs become heroes, and the greatest moments in sports history come alive. From football icons to unforgettable World Cup stories, we bring you the stories behind the game. Subscribe now and join the journey. Sports Chronicles. Every legend has a story.
What if the next FIFA World Cup champion isn't Brazil? What if it isn't Argentina or France? What if, after nearly a century of heartbreak, one nation finally changes football history? Portugal, a country that has produced some of the greatest footballers the world has ever seen. A nation that has inspired millions with unforgettable moments. Yet despite all the talent, despite all the legendary players, despite coming so close, Portugal has never lifted the FIFA World Cup. For decades, Portuguese fans have watched other nations celebrate football's greatest prize while wondering, when will it finally be our turn? Now, something feels different. The road to FIFA World Cup 2026 is unlike anything Portugal has experienced before. A new generation has arrived. Young stars are emerging across Europe's biggest clubs. Experienced leaders are still guiding the squad. And perhaps for the first time in history, everything is coming together at exactly the right moment. Could 2026 finally be the year Portugal ends decades of disappointment? Or will history repeat itself once again? Let's find out. Whenever Portugal walks onto a football pitch, expectations immediately rise. The famous red and green shirt represents passion. It represents resilience. And above all, it represents belief. Portugal has built a reputation as one of football's most dangerous tournament teams. They've defeated giants. They've won major trophies. They've produced players admired all over the world. But one trophy has always remained out of reach: the FIFA World Cup. Every generation has carried that dream. Every generation believed they could finally be the one.
Yet somehow, something always stood in their way. Sometimes it was stronger opponents. Sometimes it was bad luck. Sometimes it was simply one moment that changed everything. Because that's the beauty and the cruelty of knockout football. One mistake, one brilliant save, one unforgettable goal can change an entire nation's history. But 2026 feels different. Portugal no longer depends on just one superstar. That's perhaps their biggest strength. Across the pitch, talent exists in every position. Creative midfielders, fast, fearless wingers, technically gifted defenders, reliable goalkeepers. Every player understands their role. Every player is capable of deciding a match. Modern football rewards complete teams, not just famous names.
And Portugal may finally have the balance they've been searching for over many years. While other nations rely heavily on individual brilliance, Portugal has quietly become one of the most complete squads in international football. That's exactly why so many analysts believe they could go all the way. But lifting the World Cup requires far more than talent. It requires composure, discipline, mental strength, and perhaps most importantly, handling pressure. Because once the knockout stage begins, there are no second chances. Every pass becomes more important. Every tackle carries greater risk. Every missed opportunity feels twice as painful. Portugal knows exactly what that pressure feels like.
Years of heartbreak have taught this team valuable lessons, and sometimes experience becomes the greatest advantage of all. The teams that usually win the World Cup aren't always the most talented. They're the teams that stay calm when everything around them becomes chaotic. There's another reason why Portugal could surprise the world.
many football fans are still talking about the traditional favorites: Brazil, Argentina, France, Spain, England. Meanwhile, Portugal continues improving without attracting the same level of attention, and that's dangerous.
Because football history has repeatedly shown that teams with slightly less pressure often perform with greater freedom. Freedom creates confidence. Confidence creates momentum. Momentum wins tournaments. If Portugal enters the knockout rounds with belief, anything becomes possible. One great performance becomes two. Two become three. Before anyone realizes it, they're standing in the World Cup final. Of course, winning the World Cup is never easy. Every match presents a different challenge. One defensive mistake could end the dream. One injury could change everything.
One penalty shootout could decide an entire generation's legacy. That's why nothing is guaranteed. But perhaps that's exactly what makes football so special. Every World Cup creates new heroes. Every tournament writes new history. And maybe, just maybe, FIFA World Cup 2026 will finally become Portugal's greatest chapter. A chapter that generations of Portuguese supporters have dreamed about for nearly 100 years. Could this finally be the year the wait ends? Only time will tell. Now, we want to hear from you. Can Portugal finally win their first ever FIFA World Cup in 2026? Or do you believe another nation will lift the trophy? Leave your prediction in the comments below and tell us who you think will be the champions of FIFA World Cup 2026. If you enjoyed this football documentary, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Sports Chronicles, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest football stories, hidden facts, tactical breakdowns, and World Cup predictions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.